Okay, we are live. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Minnie, and I am here. Where am I?
Well, you're at the Lehigh Keystone Valley Model Railroad Museum located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And let's take a tour.
And you are?
My name's Ed Lewis. I'm the president. And I'll show you what we got.
Excellent.
All right.
Lead on, Ed. This is fantastic.
Don't mind my scooter. I'm just
no. That's great. People can just see your head, neck, and shoulders. They're wondering why you're moving so fast.
Well, I had to get my ankle replaced, so this is the fastest way around.
So we are at the Lehigh
and Keystone
Valley
Model Railroad Club and Museum.
And it's been around since?
The organization has been around since about in different incarnations. I would say in this current location, 1997.
Okay.
Before that, they were at another location on the other side of town. They moved out of there in 96. Before they relocated that, they were up in another part of Allentown from the early 90s at the old Roma Center.
And this is a massive club layout. As a matter of fact, I see that this has been written up September 2013.
Yeah.
We
actually have a new issue coming out. They were just here. They just shot the content for it, and that was before the double deck. So that was before the whole upper level existed.
So what are we about to see?
Well, the layout is themed in the Lehigh Valley area.
Okay.
It's operating the railroads of the area. So you would have predominantly the Reading, the CNJ, the Lehigh Valley. There is an essence of Lehigh, New England, as they were a predecessor. There's unfortunately, just a touch of Pennsylvania Railroad. We tried to keep that out of here. But yeah, it's
and the era. Is there a specific era, or is it?
So operationally, for open house, anybody can run anything that they want.
Perfect. And that's where we are right now.
We're at an open house.
Got it.
We do our members operating sessions.
Okay.
That is themed in 1970 up to 1972, roughly.
And how many people to operate? Because this place is huge.
Yeah. So it's just over 5,000 square feet. And we can handle easily 40 operators if we wanted to.
Holy moly. Let's take a look at this thing.
Sure. So we'll start out over here where we come out of CP Portal.
Okay.
And this is located in Jersey. It's kind of the Pattenberg Tunnel area, if you will. Actually, this entire area is going to be redone to more realistically mimic the Lehigh Valley paralleling the CNJ, but for space constraints, we combined them. So we're going to be going west on the railroad right now. And so we're at Portal by Phillips, or Pattenberg Tunnel out there in Jersey.
Yeah, you Pennsylvania Railroaders need lots of trees.
Yeah, we got a lot of trees out here. And then as we get further into the cement belt and the coal belt, we'll show you all that stuff when we get around.
And we are in, just to remind people, we are in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is where?
So we're about 25 miles west of the New Jersey state line. So we're west of the Delaware River by about 25 miles.
Excellent.
We're about, I believe, 40 miles north of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And about 40 to 50 miles south of Scranton.
And do you have lots of open houses if people want to come and see the layout, or?
So our open house schedule, we run the third Sunday of every month.
Okay. That's easy. Third Sunday of every month.
We are not open in the summertime from June, July, and August, because that's when we do our construction, maintenance, stuff like that. Any upgrades that we're going to be doing. Recently, we were upgrading signals. All the signals on the layout are CTC based with a dispatcher's panel. There's actually a dispatcher console we can go check out, but they're all scratch-built signals. One of our members builds them from photos for each interlocking.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of the buildings are also scratch-built. If we can get the original blueprints, we have the capability of 3D printing the buildings. If not, we have some other members that are very skilled modelers, and they craft pretty much anything that they see. So.
Amazing. I can't even imagine how many person hours is in this layout.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's for anybody that knows the hobby, it's definitely
down the rabbit hole.
But it's nice to see how the layout has evolved. The people that might have been here years ago, that a lot of them come in and say, "Wow, none of this was here last time," or as new equipment and better equipment comes out, we've been upgrading. We've been fortunate to receive some state grants since we have museum status. So we're able to upgrade the exhibit and make it a friendly environment for everybody.
Carolina Foothills Railroad was just here, and he said, great layout, had a great time. Trackside Mike, who's a fellow Canadian friend of mine, says, awesome scenery work. It is awesome scenery work.
This is the old scenery, so if you guys like this, wait till we get to the newer sections.
All right, so we're, and old is when? So 97?
This would have been started, this lower level here was 97, because the layout originally just continued up and made this left turn. The back half of the building was actually an O-scale layout.
Oh, really?
And then...
Oh, really?
Yeah, then we got rid of all that. This is I-78.
Are you hauling an old decoder to the trash there?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's got a working attenuator on the back. Jersey State Police are doing what they do best.
Yeah, pulling over the Oscar Mayer wiener. Wow, this is awesome. I hear there are a few mini prints on the layout too.
There are. Yes, there are. We have, so what we like to do for our younger guests, we do a scavenger hunt, and we have a check sheet for them. And what they can do is they can, if they go through and they find all the items on the layout, which we move around, if they get that, then they get a prize.
Nice. This is ginormous.
So we're coming in now into Bloomsbury. This is Western New Jersey. From here, if you're on the CNJ is going to kick off. And then the valley would have, they would have ran parallel to each other. But here, like I said, we had to condense everything. All of this from Easton East is planned to be redone.
Oh,
so we can mimic both main lines. So going through, they'll come around coming into Philipsburg, which is basically right there. Don't let me
interrupt the operations.
So that down there would be downtown Philipsburg. It's still under construction right now. Baker Chemical, where that stands, that's actually the Lehigh and Hudson River back there. And PRR's Beldell came in as well.
So these are all real places.
Yes.
Typical.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and if we have...
I'm a little light on my Pennsylvania, New Jersey geography.
You could be light on Pennsylvania Railroad geography all you want. Okay. we're a CNJ place.
Okay.
So that's the CNJ Philipsburg station. It was scratch built to match that. On the back side of it is where the PU Tower stands. We're actually building PU Tower now, and the plan that we are working out with the PU organization is they have a rail cam that they set up there. We're going to set up a rail cam here and stream opposite locations so they can see the trains go by here, and we'll see
that is so cool.
But in the foreground, you have the Morris Canal. This would be the the Delaware River. And then that's the...
yeah, there we go. We're dancing.
The Lehigh and Hudson River comes in your foreground. Underneath would be the Pennsylvania Railroad's Beldell. And then this is the CNJ/Lehigh Valley. Realistically, there's a second bridge, which is the old Valley Bridge, but it's not in service right now. So this was built to mimic the CNJ coming out of Easton, Pennsylvania.
Ooh. Train! Like a member has brought their rolling stock.
Yep. Yeah, this is a mix. It looks like there's some club cars in there. And
nice. You must have quite a lot of rolling stock.
There is a lot. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I wonder if they lost their caboose.
Is there a caboose on that?
We'll see.
We will find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here we go now. We're coming into, this is the Lehigh and Eastern Railroad. This is a freelance, actually my son's.
Nice.
A freelance Genesee, Wyoming.
How old is your son?
He's 10 years old.
Excellent. And an avid model railroader. There he is. Hold on. Would you like to say hello to the interweb?
Hi.
You are 10 years old and you are running a train.
Yeah.
And that is your train across the bridge. Very nice.
Okay. I just make sure.
You know that you are horribly spoiled, right? Nobody has a layout like this that they can run on. Okay. You are very lucky. I'm envious. I want to come and run my trains.
So here we are now. We're coming into, this would be L&H Junction. Historically, this is where the Lehigh and Hudson River tied into Easton. And we're going to hit Easton Station, which was all completely scratch built.
Wow.
If you were to go to Easton Station now, the upper portion is gone.
Okay.
Conrail or one of them demoed it late 70s, early 80s, but the lower level is still there. You can see all of this.
Neat. By the way, I love that your son is running trains. I could never get my kids interested.
Yeah, they all three of my boys are big time.
That is awesome.
Again, more scratch-built signals, and the signal system actually works as the prototype signals would. They chase each other. We have them in fleet right now, so they'll continue to upgrade on their own. But the regular signal indications and everything you get in the field, if you're on a rail train, you get here.
Amazing. This is slightly endless.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So we're coming in now. Here's Easton. Again, this is the E&N branch that the Lehigh Valley had that flew over the main. There's our new home road, the LNKV. We just got that train done.
Wow. Hey, everybody who's just joined. We are at the Lehigh and Keystone Valley Model Railroad Club and Museum, I guess.
Yep.
We're here with Ed, the president.
How's it going?
And we are looking at one incredibly large, very impressive railroad layout.
So this would have been Easton Yard, and then we're coming to Florence and Abbott. Again, the Lehigh Canal is depicted in here.
Wow. This is amazing.
Got canal boats with some mules pulling.
That's wicked. Yeah, look at that. Holy moly. That's wonderful. Oh, man, there are trains everywhere. How many trains do you have running at one time?
As many as we have operators for.
Wow.
We try to make it easier on the dispatchers. What we'll do is we try to cap just for like open house or official museum functions like operating sessions. We cap between 25 and 30 cars. We base it off of a 50-foot car. So obviously, so an intermodal train or something like that would be cut down. But it's because the spacing of the blocks. So all of the signal system and everything here runs off of detection. So all the wheels have to be resisted. So that way the detection can find out where they are. And if you go, when we see the dispatch panel, you'll actually see the trains progress through the blocks. So we want to make sure if there was an issue, we can get around them on a crossover.
Hey, John. It is an amazing layout. Hey, Steve. Welcome, everyone. We are looking at quite the layout. We're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
So here is the main feature of Bethlehem, what it was known for, which was Bethlehem Steel. Bethlehem Steel was served by the Philadelphia, Bethlehem, and New England Railroad in plant, but it was also served by the CNJ, Lehigh Valley, Reading. You also had coal trains and coke trains that came in from Western Maryland and Baltimore and Ohio, later on into Conrail and CSX and all that, and now NS. But we tried to get the depiction of it. We have all the bridges are as they would be if you were to go down there now. If you were to go down to this location now, this is the casino.
And my understanding is you were saying that we can actually go and walk through. So after here, I could sort of...
So that walkway, well, what you see up there, which is where we're building the elevated railroads that would have dumped the raw ore into the blast furnaces, that the casino converted into a part of the National Museum of Industrial History. And it's a walkway through, so you walk right next to the blast furnaces.
Okay, so how far from here is that?
About 2 miles.
So hop in the car, go
down the street, and it's literally right down the road. You make a right and a quick left over the river, and you end up going over that bridge right there.
Okay, so that bridge.
And then you'd make the left.
Then I hang a left, and you might see me here in about an hour.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. See if I make it. It's mighty tempting. I've never been to a steel mill before. Wow. Yeah. Well, it was a 9-hour drive to get here, so I kind of probably should go check it out.
So now, if you go down there, if you were to go down to the area of Bethlehem Steel and all that stuff, you would see this now. The Lehigh Valley Freight Station still stands.
Okay.
Lehigh Valley Union Station still stands, but it's now owned by a hospital. They use it for medical offices, but those are the rolling mills and stuff. All those are the current signs for what's there now. And there's also a really good pizza place too.
Now, did I notice that the Bethlehem Foundry and Machine Company is still in operation? There
So
was something up there that looked like it was still
yeah, so
very much making big things.
part of it is the portion that was not able to be dismantled is the Lehigh Valley or Lehigh Heavy Forge Corporation.
That was what I saw. Yeah.
And they're in the back. That's on the other side.
That way. Okay. Got it. Okay. That way.
They still make components for the government. They have contracts for them, and they still send out hot ingot cars and all that stuff every now and then. So it's
still rail served.
yeah.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
So what's left of the PB&E is now Lehigh Valley Rail Management, and they have contract switching. This yard that you see here in your foreground is now what they call the River Yard, and they built an intermodal terminal up there. So LVRM will bring intermodal cars out for NS to pick up and vice versa.
Okay, so currently served by NS.
Yep.
Okay.
The whole bridge here.
Who's JD? Steve, you're saying hi to JD. Who's JD?
John Durant, probably. John's not here today.
Oh, John's not here? Okay. Someone is saying hi, JD. I guess he knows.
Yep, that'll probably be our member, John Durant. He's a retired railroader.
Excellent.
So now you're coming into what we call JU. This is where the CNJ split apart from the Lehigh Valley. So the valley goes in the back, and the CNJ comes in through the main line into what is Allentown Yard now. And we'll get to the hump and all that stuff.
And so how far is Bethlehem from Allentown? Like, are they sort of next door to each other? Or?
Yeah, so they call the area like ABE is Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton.
Got it.
It's all kind of tied in, but the people from the different cities definitely don't like
right. So geographically tied in, but
yeah,
but not really.
Here's the former CNJ engine service facility. You can see the foundation of this now. That's about it. I think that office is still open. NS uses that for MOW. But the coaling towers and all that stuff are long gone now. Then we have the working hump. We actually have two humps. So we have the original configuration for the Bethlehem Yard or Allentown Yard. They had the light side and the heavy side. Conrail then redid everything, removing the main line from the center of the yard to the back of it. So they condensed the humps, but it all works. We can hump all kinds of cars here. The Reading side works over here, and then the CNJ guys work there. And in the background, that's the Lehigh Valley Yard that was known as Calypso Yard.
Wow. Okay, I want people just to appreciate the scale of this. So, okay, we have people here, and then it just goes on forever. Look at that. This is totally awesome. It is. This is a layout to see, Trackside Mike. This is absolutely a layout to go see.
Here's just a sample of.
Oh,
this is just a portion of what you would see in the dispatch panel. This is one of the 8 screens that the dispatcher is controlling right now.
All right. So this is, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but a little bit. There we go. So this is live and real, and
yep.
So what are we looking at? Red means a train?
Red means a train is in there.
In the block.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's what those, I told you they have the resistive wheels on it. That's how they detect
right.
it through there.
Holy moly. That is impressive. JMRI or?
I believe so.
Very nice.
Oh no, CATS. They use CATS as the system.
Wow.
So JU is where we were back there on the other side. VN is right here.
Okay.
In the center. that signal system or that signal bridge there, and now you're coming up to our tower. And that's what you see right there. You can see that train that just went by you is that red line going right there.
There must be quite the learning curve to master this as a new member.
It's actually not as bad as you might think.
We just saw one of these at the Reading
Yep.
Historical Railroad Museum.
Yeah.
In
They
Hamburg.
They have one of those 630s down there.
Yeah. Yeah, we were there this morning before coming here.
Awesome.
Yeah, really nice stuff. So I just want to give everyone a little bit of perspective here. Just your typical small basement size layout. You know, just a few classification tracks for, you know, sorting.
So on the upper level up there, that's Allentown. You would see that. We'll get over. There's some photos for historical reference. There's one of the scratch-built stations for Allentown.
Wow.
That was the Valley Station. The CNJ station, we don't have the room to build.
Now, still demolished 72.
Yep.
Wow. And there it is. Not demolished.
So that would have been Hamilton Street right now, but.
Holy moly.
And if
does it end? Sorry, does it actually end, or does it keep going forever?
I've still got a little bit more to do. Still got a little more.
All right, buckle up, folks. We're
If any of your followers have ever watched any of the Pentrex videos where they said Conrail Hotspots East, this is a famous spot on it, but this is the original configuration. So
okay.
On Conrail Hotspots East, they talk about CP Burn, and that's where the Lehigh line pretty much ends, and then the Reading line for Conrail began, heading down to Reading and then Harrisburg. So our tower was the beginning of it. We're going to come out through here. Originally, South 4th Street, which is where, and Auburn Street, which is where CP Burn is, was an at-grade crossing, but because of the train traffic, they built over all of it now. So if you were to go there now, you wouldn't see any of this. The farmyard and all that, it's all gone.
And so this would have been as it was in the
Up
70s.
Until, yeah.
Yep.
This is how it stood in the 70s. This is up in Bethlehem here as part of the steel facility. This would have been the 3rd Street Bridge. You can see the steel stacks from the background, so we're actually opposite where we were on the blast mill. And this is where the PB&E would have switched up here.
And it's amazing when you look at it through the video, the background's completely realistic.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's really creating that illusion of depth.
So there's a picture of what the modeler was trying to depict with scratch building Iron Hill Tower.
Now, do members take on sort of pet projects? Does everyone have, like, some guys are into the wiring and some guys are into the scratch building, or how do you?
We are very fortunate to have very skilled modelers here.
Yeah,
we have some guys that are electronics geniuses, wiring guys, construction guys. One of our new members over here, Tony, he's a phenomenal lighting guy. He's lighting up the layout for us. This tower was built by a member, Howie George. Go ahead, you're good.
Thank you for saying excuse me.
And you were telling me how many members?
We're over 60 members now.
That's amazing.
We've got a nice core of junior members or student members. Then we also have associate members and full members. But this is where Bethlehem Steel, the PB&E, would have came out and dumped all the slag. So
I see the slag right there. Excellent. Wow. Train. There's so much to look at. It's hard to know where to look next. Go.
So up there, what you're looking at on the top level is the Reading Salkin Yard.
Okay.
And that was off the Bethlehem branch that came up between Philadelphia and Bethlehem. They would have ran up. But, excuse me, that tower, that roundhouse still stands to this day. It's not in very good shape, but
here in Bethlehem?
Yep. It's in Hellertown, actually.
Okay.
If you were to go out and get off the Hellertown exit off of I-78,
It's right at the water.
It's if you go straight through the exit, there's a traffic light, and you'll see it down there. There's like a cement construction pit, like they make cement down there now.
Moly.
But the roundhouse itself is still standing.
That's amazing. There's a lot to see in this neck of the woods.
Down here on the lower level, this is the Reading Farmyard, which would have been just west of Auburn Street going in towards Emmaus. All of this area now, as we're getting into it, this was all the newer construction. Our member that did all this recently passed away. That pretty much was he was the eye. And you just had a really good creative eye with all of it. And this was actually his last portion that he got done before he passed.
I think we got a nice shot coming here. Train. Everyone loves a train. So do you have a favorite train to run?
I kind of like all of it.
Yeah.
I love the hobby. I really want to see the hobby continue to grow the way it has. One of the side effects of what the world went through the last few years was a resurgence in the hobby, which has been great.
Absolutely.
Because people kind of had no choice but to reconnect and get their hands on stuff at home. And it's really been good for us. We were fortunate to pick up a lot of members that way. And the manufacturers saw a surge in sales, and now they're willing to dump more capital into making new projects of stuff that we probably wouldn't have seen before.
We're absolutely in a golden age.
And what the technology has done in the last even 5 years alone for the hobby. I mean, I'm not a big sound guy. Sometimes it just sounds like white noise, but some of the things that they're capable of doing, and we have members here that are excellent at doing installs, and what they're able to light and fit into all these different things, it's mind blowing.
I love that.
So you crossed I-78 back there in Jersey over by Philipsburg. Here's where you'd be leaving I-78. This is in the west end of Allentown. So you have Emmaus down here. You got Emmaus Junction, and then the lower level, it'll bring us down. So we obviously had to condense because we can't scale mile all the way to Harrisburg, but the
Looks like
level,
you've tried.
yeah, we've done a pretty good job. On the Reading, on the upper level, that would be Quakertown Station, was built from the prints down there. Oh boy.
Oh, there's a lot happening here. We have trains everywhere. We have trains over trains.
What's up?
Push the button on the patient.
Oh! Where is it?
In the trees.
In the trees.
Of course.
What?
That's new. I didn't even know about that one. Push the button. And then watch the guy in the porch on. The door pops open on him.
It did?
Wait, what?
That's the mini print. That's the
Wait, Dad, what happened?
we found a mini print on the layout. Very nice. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. That's great.
Excuse me.
You got it nice and loud too, which is great. That looks amazing. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, I love the cornfield. Oh. If I keep watching these videos of great layouts, I'll never get my ON30 layout off the ground. Yes, you will. You'll be inspired to run downstairs.
There you go.
Grandpa Rails asks, how big is this layout? So do you want square feet, or what do you want, Grandpa Rails? Do you have a mainline track
I don't have
distance?
I don't have the updated one since we continued the upper level. And when we were over there by Philipsburg and Easton, that was all the new section that was added to give us Nesquehoning Junction and the west end of the CNJ. Then it would go into what we call the staging area, and then that would be connections to Buffalo and all the other stuff. That's kind of, you could see it through the one window over there. We keep an operator in there to kind of, when we're doing the op sessions, they're the ones dispatching trains out of there, talking to the yard masters, talking to the dispatchers, and they're lining everything up as they come in, and whatever the return trip is going out.
So the answer to your question, Grandpa Rails, is large.
Very
large.
The building area for the layout is just about 5,000 square feet, though.
But it's double-decked, so times two.
Double-decked and multi-tracked. And then there's also a lot that you can't see. There's a massive helix.
Well, and I was going to say, there's not a lot of room that's not used for trains in here.
Nope.
It's pretty much, you've got aisles and you've got track. And that's about it. There's not a lot of wasted space in here. I love me some switchers. Oh, wow. So how long does it take to walk, like to actually see the whole layout? You've been here for hours.
Yeah, I mean, you can, if you have a dispatcher on that's feeling pretty adventurous, it can take you 35 minutes to do one lap. If we send you on different tracks, up the helix, back down the helix, and then take different main lines, take about 35 minutes to do a lap. We just keep it on loop right now, so it's easy for everybody and everybody
Sure.
can enjoy it. Here's a picture right here. Behind this door is the dispatcher's office.
Behind this door?
Yeah, behind here. There's this door opens up. You just pop this out, and then you go in the back, and behind there is the dispatch console, and that's what you would see back there.
Holy moly.
8 screens. He has all of his lineups of the trains and everything that's ready to go out. We also have cameras around the layout, so he can observe. All the operators have radios on them. They call into the dispatch when they're ready to go out.
It's NORAD, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's... You've been warned. Holy... Okay. Anthony Borden, wow, where did you get that NJ Transit sign? Please let me know. Ask him, Bernard, please. Which NJ Transit sign are
It must have been back over there.
All right, hang on. There's a big NJ Transit sign that someone's... Oh, there we go. I think someone likes the NJ Transit sign.
Oh, is that the blue, purple, orange one on the wall?
Yeah.
That was donated to us by a transit employee.
There you go. Go find an NJ Transit employee who wants to donate it and be a registered charitable museum.
Yeah, we can give him a donation slip for it.
What system does he use for signaling?
So the control system is NCE. We use NCE for that.
Hang on. Okay, I was focusing on trains. So NCE.
We use NCE for the control of the trains. They actually use a mix of Digitrax and then also the CATS signal system for all the signaling and all that stuff. I'm not the electronics guy though, so I would be lying if I said anything more than that. I know NCE. It's easy to use. A lot of the operators now though are using the new throttles there from TCS.
Very fancy. Very nice. And you are?
Benton.
Nice to meet you. You are on the interweb. I hope that's okay. Yeah. Excellent. Is everything built in place or is it modules?
It's all built in place.
All built in place. Yeah. So they're not going anywhere.
Nope.
Hopefully they own the building.
We do.
Excellent.
And there's no mortgage or anything. We own it.
You own it. Okay. So it's going to be here for a while, guys. Come and visit. And you said open houses every month.
Third Sunday of every month.
Third Sunday of every month, but not in the summer.
In the summertime is when we try and do our capital projects and upgrades or repairs, car maintenance. When you have a fleet this big, it requires a lot of maintenance. Same thing with locomotives. So you can hear it sounds like a flange needs a little greasing.
That's prototypical. And you've got a pretty active social media because I know you're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel, which we're now just starting to film content. What we're going to be doing is basically taking a segment of our op sessions, and we'll be doing what we call a day in the life of the
Nice.
LKV, something like that. And we'll basically have a dispatcher on duty. They'll have an engineer and a conductor, and they'll get assigned a job, and then we'll go out and switch with them the whole day.
Beautiful. And if people want to find you on socials,
Our website, which would have everything on it, would be www.lkvmodelrailroad.com.
lkvmodelrailroad.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Or Facebook. You can just, if you type up Lehigh and Keystone, it should pop up.
Lehigh and Keystone Valley is what I searched up. And Lehigh is spelt like that. Holy moly. I think there are a few people that would like to come and visit.
Come on down. Everybody's welcome.
Oh my goodness.
And we also have, we are accessible for those of us that are
Right.
handicapped. So
We should mention there was some ankle surgery that happened here, but you've been effortlessly gliding throughout the layout. So I think everyone thinks you're a phantom or yeah. Thank you very much for the tour.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Hope to see you
everyone,
guys again.
any final questions? Okay, so we got road trip. What's the address? So we've got a lot of people here who are watching who would like to come down and visit.
The address would be, we are located at 705 Linden Street in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Excellent. And you're looking for this logo right here. So there's the logo. If you see a logo that looks like that, there you go. And there's the address. Oh, that worked out well.
Mhm.
And the email. You've got everything right there, folks.
And when they come visit, make sure they sign the logbook.
Which I've got to do. All right. Well, thank you so
Thank you
much.
very
I
much.
really appreciate the tour.
Appreciate
And
having me.
I will flip the camera around. Just do a quick settings, camera,
You want to show Daddy?
and then. Okay, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed that. This is a spectacular layout. I hope everyone enjoyed seeing it, and come on down and check it out. I know I will be going around at least 3 or 4 more times. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.